Hi, can you hear me? Okay, good
Hello.
evening. How are you?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so what
Good.
happened during the weekends? What did you do? Just stay at home? Why? Why didn't you go
Stay at
out?
home. Uh,
I don't know. You just really
uh,
want to stay at home and read your
I don't
books?
know.
Wow, that's good. So, what book
Yes.
have you read last weekend?
Uh, Most of them are
Mm-hmm.
the book
Okay.
in that I need to study in school, and
Okay, what's that?
some novels.
Novels? What type of novels?
Uh,
Or what's the title of the novel?
a,
Just don't remember.
the title
Ah,
as
okay.
kind of
Science
science
fiction. Okay,
fiction.
that's interesting. So at least you had something to do whenever you're at home, especially during weekends, right? It's a good thing. So did you eat your dinner, Spike?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's good. So, I am
Yes.
actually now looking at our lesson for today, and we will just continue the lesson that we have, the time to remember, right? So, do you still remember what we had the
Yes.
last time we had the lesson? Writing about,
Mm, Writing.
okay, about the childhood memories that you
My
had.
childhood.
Okay. So, have you actually remembered some of your past and the things that you used to do before? Yes, you still remember. Okay, that's good. So now
Sure.
we will just continue the lesson, and I believe I actually gave you a heads up on what we are going to discuss tonight, right? Right? Okay, that's good. So tonight, we
Yes.
are now on the latter part of the lesson. I believe we are already on page number 19, right? Writing. Okay. So now we
Yes.
have to write about the things you used to do as a child. Okay, so we have to use some of your ideas from exercise number 10. So this is an example. The one that we have here. When I was 4 years old, my family moved to Oregon. You see the tenses that they actually used, right? Moved to Oregon. We had an old story house or two-story house, a big yard to play in. My older brother and I used to play lots of games together. In the summer, my favorite outdoor game was hide and seek. It was both fun, scary because and then the continuation. So now, I believe you're not yet done with your childhood memory, right? Okay, would you like to finish this before we check?
Yes.
Okay, let me know once you're done, okay?
Sure.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what you
Okay,
have
finish.
there. Can you please read?
When I was 7 years old, my father usually take me to the public swimming pool to teach me how to swim. At first, I was afraid of water,
Okay,
but now I can swim
so
and not afraid of water
you
anymore.
are you're expressing and sharing what you have done when you were 7 years old, right? So this is a childhood memory that you can provide or that you can share to
Yes,
me, right? And that is only one part of your childhood about swimming. How about the others? Remember, you have to use your
yes,
memories on activity number 10, right? About what sports did you
okay,
play before? What was your nickname when you were a kid? Did you had any part-time job or all of the you can actually choose from the questions on activity number 10, okay? Because this will test you how to compose a sentence in English. This will definitely give you the courage and an idea on how to write in English. Okay, so would you like to add more
okay,
memories on your work? Okay, so you have a guide. You can answer the
sure.
questions on number 10 activity for you to have a guide on what you will going to write. Okay? Okay.
Okay,
Okay, done. Okay, let's
Okay,
check now your activity. So, let's read it first before we check, okay? Can you please read it for me, Spike?
okay. When I was 7 years old, my father usually take me
Mm-hmm.
to the public swimming pool to teach me how to swim. At first, I was afraid of water,
Okay.
but now I can swim and not afraid of water anymore. My first part-time job was working in an instant noodle factory. It
Mm-hmm.
was a special experience for me. The reason that I want to have a part-time job is because I would
Okay,
like to
okay, so
travel
that's
around
good.
Taiwan if I
So
have
you
time and
answered
money.
two questions, right, from the activity 10. Okay, okay, so that's okay. So let's
Yes.
now try to check what you have here, okay? So when I was 7 years old, my father usually, okay, my father, you can remove the there. When I was 7 years old, or you can add it as well, my father usually take me to the public swimming pool. So whenever you use this word usually, sometimes, you have to make sure that the next word it or has an S, or the verb should have, or should has, or should have an S. Okay? So usually, sometimes, so you make
Okay.
sure that the verb should have S. Okay, so usually takes me to the public swimming pool to teach me how to swim. At first, I was afraid of water, but now I can swim and not afraid anymore. Okay, afraid of water anymore. My first part-time job was working in an. So don't forget the article whenever we use a and a, okay? It should be all of the words sounds like
Okay.
um consonant, okay? Consonant like the B, C, F, and all of that. But when you have, or when you use on, for example, all of those words starts or sounds from A, E, I, O, and then U. So when you say working in on instant noodles, so this should be instant. Okay? Working in an instant noodles factory. And since you're talking about the factory
Okay.
of the noodles, you should have this apostrophe S. But we can just remove the S. But because whenever you put apostrophe, that means there is something after the apostrophe. It could be S, or you omit a letter. So you can say Noodles Factory. It's like saying Spike's or Spike's house. So meaning that house belongs to Spike. So meaning this noodle house or noodle factory belongs to, or this factory is a noodle factory. Okay? So I just remove the S because it's redundant. So I remove it. But in
Okay.
reality there's an S there, right? Okay. We just use the apostrophe. Okay. So it was a
Yes.
special. Okay, it was a special experience for me. The reason that I want to have a part-time job is, okay, whenever you use the word is, it's present. But since it's already in the past, you can say was, right? Don't forget. Was because I would like to travel around Taiwan if I have time and money.
Okay.
Okay, so after you received your salary for your part-time job, did you went around Taiwan? Not yet. So you haven't finished roaming around Taiwan.
Not
But
yet.
have you tried going around Taiwan using your money? Yes, okay. So at least you were able
Um,
to explore Taiwan,
yes.
some parts of Taiwan, using your hard-earned money from your part-time job, right? Would you still like to have a new part-time job
Yes.
on the next summer or on next vacation? Okay, so at least you have already an experience on how to work.
Sure.
So it would be easier for you to work again, right? Yeah. So do you have any questions, Spike? No.
Yes.
Okay. So let's now go to another activity. So since
No.
we are already two in the class, so that's okay. So let's move to the next activity on page 19 and 20. So we have here Joan Chen. So do you know these films term? Actor, actress, agent, director, film studio, producer, or leading part. Do you recognize these terms? I don't know. That's okay. So, actor and actress, of course, they are the one
I don't know.
who are playing a role in a movie or in a theater. Okay, so those are the actors and actresses. So here, we will going to read about Joan Chen. Do you know Joan Chen? No, okay. Let's try to read about Joan Chen. Would you like to read this for me,
No.
Spike?
Mm, okay. Joan Chen is famous both in China, where she grew up, and in the United States, where she now lives. How did Joan become a famous actress in two countries? It's an interesting story. Joan Chen was born in Shanghai in 1961. When she was 14, some people from a film studio came to her school and chose her to
Chance.
study at the studio. She was happy about this chance, but mainly she liked the idea of getting out of school. Soon,
Mm-hmm.
however, she discovered that she
Mm-hmm.
really liked acting. At age
Okay.
18, she won the Golden Rooster, China's top film award.
Doctors.
In the late 1970s, John's parents, who were moved to moved to the United States.
Okay.
John joined them when she was 20 and went to
Mm-hmm.
college there. Her parents hoped she would study medicine. Instead, she majored the film and later looked for work as an actress. To work in the United States, Joan had to start it all over again. She told Hollywood agents that she was an actress in China, but she only got some small parts in TV shows.
Renter.
One day, John went to speak to a director who was making a movie called Taipan. The interview didn't go well. As she
The
walked away, a man in a
the
car noticed her.
Laurentis.
The man was Dino
Yes.
De Laurentiis, the film producer. He immediately
Part.
offered her a leading part. A year later, she
Bernardo.
starred
Bert
in
Bertolucci's.
Ben Bernardo Bertolucci's The Last Emperor
Okay, very good.
was on her way to worldwide fame.
Okay, so this is actually a story of Joan Chen. She is actually one of the famous actresses both in the US and in China, right? So this is quite interesting because there's a lot of things happened during her growth in the industry. Okay, so now our activity is like making sure that the events in the Jones life into the correct order. So we will have here 1 to 8. Okay, on the next page. Do you see on the next page? Okay. There are different events in Jones' life.
Yes.
So you have to put 1 to 8, and you have to give the correct events in order. We have here Won the Golden Rooster, appeared in Taipan, left school and studied at a film studio, starred in The Last Emperor, studied film in college, moved to the United States, was born in China in 1961, and got her first part in a TV show. So just put 1 to 8, okay, accordingly. You can put it after each and every sentence or phrase here. So are you ready? Okay, so if you have questions, just don't hesitate to ask
Okay.
me, okay? Good.
Okay.
You can start.
Okay.
Done. Okay. So let's now check. Okay, what do you have on your first, in the
Okay.
first order, what do you have? Okay, so she was born in
And
China
she
in
was born in China in
1961.
1961.
Okay, here we go. I will highlight it. Okay, there. Oh, hold on. So, Joan Chen was born in China in 1961. Okay, you're correct. This is the first thing happened to Joan Chen. Second is what? Okay. She left
Left
school.
school and
Okay.
studied at a
And
film
study.
studio.
So where is that here? Okay, here. When she was 14, some people from film studio came to her and chose her to study at the studio. So this is, right, the second event happened to Joan Chen. And how about the third? Okay, can you highlight it on the story?
Won the Golden Rooster.
Okay. Highlight it
Uh,
with yellow.
Here. Oh. Hmm?
Oh, that's okay. Let me do it. Okay, let me do it. Yes, you're correct. She won the Golden Rooster. Right? It's interesting to win a Golden Rooster. Okay, and how about the fourth event? After she won, okay, can you lead me where is that
Moved
on the story? And I will
moved
be the one
to
to
the
highlight it.
United States.
Okay, very good. So she moved to the
And
US. And next is number 5. Okay, so she studied film in college. Where is that?
studied film in college.
Okay, she majored in film. Okay, very good.
Here.
Okay, she majored in film. And next is number 6. Got her first part in the TV show. Where is that? Okay. It's just a small part, but it's in
Here.
Hollywood, right? So it's a big, you can consider it as a big accomplishment as an actress, right? Because when you are an actress in the Hollywood, it's like one of the famous actresses in the world already, right? Yes. Have you dream of being an actor,
Yes.
Spike? Did you dream of being an actor? Why? Why not? Do you have a lot of actors and actresses in Taiwan?
No.
Yes. Who's your
I
favorite actor or actress?
yes.
Hmm?
Favorite.
You don't know.
Uh,
Okay, so what's the next? What's the next
I don't
event?
know.
Appeared in Taipan. Where is that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so one day, Joan
Taipan.
went to speak to a director who was
Here.
making a movie called Taipan. Okay. And next part of the life event is starred in The Last Emperor. Okay. Here. Okay. So good job. You were able to highlight and you were
Here.
able to make sure that the correct event was properly placed in order. Okay, good job, Spike. So let's have a last or the last activity for this word. Okay. So here we have to talk and talk about these questions. Okay. So this is actually a group work, but since we are only two. Okay, so what we have to do is, what I have to do is to ask you these questions. So, do parents and children often have different ideas about careers? And how are their ideas different? For example, how about you, Spike? What is the course you're taking now? You're taking up what?
Uh,
What is your course or bachelor's course,
taking off.
bachelor's degree?
Uh,
What do you study now in college?
I don't know.
Biomedical. Okay. So when you
Oh,
enrolled to
biomedical.
biomedical, what what did your parent tell you? What did your parents tell you about? Did they like you to get the course of
Uh,
biomedic, or it's just your own decision?
I choose
Ah, okay, that's
to
good.
study
So,
biomedical,
can you
and
please answer the question?
they
Do
support it.
parents and children often have different ideas about careers? What do you think? Yes, why?
Uh, I think yes. Um, some
Mm-hmm.
children, some children's, uh,
Some children. Uh-huh.
have different different
Okay. Why? Why is that?
idea about
Isn't
their
it that
future.
whenever your or whatever your mom or dad
Uh,
says or says, that means they know, they actually know much better than you know, right? Or
it's
it is
better.
best than what you think it is good for you. Okay. But do you agree whenever,
Yes.
parents are suggesting, for example, a course to take in college? Do you agree with that? Or do you think children or, students nowadays needs to
Uh,
have their own student nowadays needs to have their own decision?
uh,
I
I
think
think
what?
more own decision is better.
Okay, it's better to have your own decision. Why?
It's
Why do
better
you
to
think?
have more own decision.
Are you taking your own
Uh,
decision or risking? Do you risk for your own decision, Spike? Okay. So, you mentioned that
sure.
yes, often parents and children have different ideas about careers, right? How are their ideas different? What do you think?
Yes.
hmm Don't be shy. Just, express yourself and let me know
Mm,
what you think about these questions. Okay, don't hesitate to answer, okay? Okay, and then
some children have their dreams, and but
why?
it's
Why is that
their parents know
impossible?
it's, kind of possible, impossible. or
Mm-hmm.
it's
Too hard to do it. Why?
too hard to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't earn
Mm-hmm.
much money for your future to feed yourself, and uh, mm,
But if you think, for example, you want to take the biomedical, but your parents doesn't want you to take that, will you follow them or no? You will argue with them. Why? So how are your
and I
ideas
will
different?
argue with them.
Why do you think?
Uh,
Mm-hmm. It's
it's
your hobbies to
my
what?
how do I call it's my hobbies.
Ah, okay. You have
And
the
no, I
interest of
have
studying
the interest
biomedical.
of
Okay.
this
And why
biomedical.
do you think your parents doesn't want you to, in case this is not only about what you're studying in college, but also um in different decisions in your life? Do you argue with your parents, especially if there is something that you really need to do, but will not allow you? They will not allow you, or they don't want you to do it. Really? Can you share something about that specific event in your life?
Yes.
And what happened at the end? Can you
Um,
give me, or can you share something wherein you had an argument with your parents because you have your different ideas about a certain topic or certain actions that you're taking? And what happened at the end? Did you follow them or did they follow you?
uh,
Okay, you still don't argue.
I,
But
I
what?
seldom argue with my parents.
So even if you really like that thing, but since your parents
Uh,
doesn't want you to have it, you just follow them and will not argue with. Okay. Okay, that's good. So what will you
yes.
do? I mean, you just, think about doing anything aside from that or instead of that? Mm-hmm. Once you have your own
I will tell
decision.
myself when I grow up,
Okay, okay. So you will follow them now
when I
and
have the
promise to
yes,
yourself that once you have your own life or own decision, you will do it, right? Okay, it's just now you're afraid because of course they are the one giving you
yes,
allowance, giving you, your everyday expenses, right? Okay. Okay, but do you agree
yes.
on those children who are arguing with parents about certain ideas? Do you think it's good or it's not good? It's good. Why? Why do you think it's good?
And it's I think it's good.
Okay.
And it will let the children
Okay,
keep
you have a
thinking
point on that. And of
how to win
course,
the argument.
I think they will have a chance to share whatever they want to tell or whatever their ideas about a certain actions or topic, right? Okay, at least the parents would know what what their
Yes,
children feels about, not just only giving them what they should have, right? But at least they have the chance to choose for their own. But of course,
Yes.
by the guidance of their parents. Because sometimes we have to admit that some of our decisions, being children, some of our decisions are not good for us. But we didn't realize it not unless you experience it, right? Okay. So, do you have any question about it? None.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to number 2. Why is it why is it
No.
sometimes difficult for people who move to another country to keep doing the same work? I think I remember that you just moved in, or you moved into this place where you are right now, right? Mhm. So, why do you think some people, or
Yes.
for example you, have you had difficulties when you move another city? No. Okay, good for you. But why is it, according to the question, why
No.
is it sometimes difficult for people or other people who move to another country or another city to keep doing the same work? Okay, good. Good point.
The
Why? Why
language
do you
is
think?
a big problem
It's hard to
because
learn, and since you don't
it's
know
hard to
about
learn
their
a new
language,
language.
what will be the effect of that? Hmm?
And you can be able to know what they are talking,
Okay, so you will not understand them. You will
and
not able to communicate
almost
well
everything.
with other, right? So first is a language barrier. What's next? Culture and food. Why is that? It
Uh,
will it
Culture
hinder you
and
to do the
food.
same work? Food and the culture? Why?
Mm, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can use to eat the food that day, and
Mm-hmm. Is it important for you to know their
and
culture
don't know about their
before
culture.
you do something in that country? Yes, why do you think? Oh, when you went to Japan, have you had a
Yes,
hard time dealing with other people? No, why? Are you a type of person who is
uh, no,
easy to adopt
the
or easy to adjust? Okay, good.
and
So why is it's not hard for you to
I think
adjust
so.
in another country? For example, how long have you stayed in Japan when you visit Japan? 3 days. Okay. Do you do the same work
Three
that you
days.
do in Taiwan when you went to Japan? Or no? Okay, why? I mean, for example, while
No,
eating in a restaurant,
same word.
different.
Oh,
Ah, okay, I see.
the culture
So
in Japan and Taiwan are
it's really not
pretty
hard for you to
pretty close.
adjust because Chinese, Japanese are pretty close, right? Okay, that's good. At least you had the chance to be in another country
Yes,
with at least someone that has a different or has some kind of not so different culture, right? like Japan, China. I think most of my students in
Yes.
Taiwan, they have relatives in China. Do you have relatives in China? You don't. Okay. So, yes,
Uh,
you're
I
actually
don't.
good in adjusting in another country or another city. But why do you think other people cannot do it? Why do you think? They are nervous.
Uh,
Okay. Why do you think they are nervous?
they're nervous
Mhm. Okay.
and maybe they come to the other country alone and mm,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
afraid of
Okay,
other
that's a
people
good point. We are
because
actually,
can
we are
communicate
actually
well.
studying this because since our topic is a time to remember about immigrants, right? Do you still remember the first part of the book? There are two people, talking to each other, and they are immigrants, right? So we really need to know how they can adjust, or how, or what did they do to adjust in the new country that uh, that they are living right now. So yes, you're correct. Some of the people are having a hard time adjusting because of, first, language, second is culture, and then what was that? um, Culture, and then what did you say? Okay, yeah, food. Okay, and another is what?
Food.
The last one that you have mentioned?
Uh,
Lang. Nervous, yes. They are nervous because whenever you're nervous, the
language.
tendency
Nervous.
is you don't know what to do, right? So if ever you will have a chance to go to the US to work, and
Yes.
you have a good, you know how to pronounce words properly, and I can understand you well, it's one of your advantages. Okay, so whenever, once you have a chance to go to the US to work or study, would you grab it? Would you like to? Why
Uh,
are you
maybe
afraid?
not.
A little. Why?
Well,
Why is that?
I will. Yes, a little.
Okay, so that's the reason.
And I
So I
will.
think you can
I
also
think I
add
will
that,
miss my family
right?
very soon.
So some people cannot do what they have to do in another country because they miss their family. Do you agree? Sometimes you don't have the focus to do the job, or you don't have the focus to do a
Yes.
thing that you're supposed to do because you're thinking about another thing. You have something in your mind, right? Yes, okay. So that is pretty much the reason.
Yes.
Missing the family, the culture, the food, right? And also nervousness is there, and especially language barrier. So that's why we are studying English, and I know this is one of your reasons. Study English because you want to make sure to communicate to other people, right? Especially on your course, right? Medical. Is this course
Yes.
will lead you to be a doctor? You can be a doctor after you finish this. Okay, what is the usual work after you finish or
Uh,
graduated in
oh,
biomedical?
And most of us
Ah,
are
okay.
engineer
So,
to fix
engineers of
the machine
machines
in
in the
the hospital.
hospital. Oh, okay. But it's more on in technology side, not on health, right? Ah, because I was thinking about biomedical. You are the one who,
Yes,
formulate the medicines. That's what I'm thinking. So you're on the technology side, the machines and other the scanners, the X-ray, and all of the things in the laboratory, right? Okay, so now I know. Okay, at least you have this advantage of knowing the
yes,
language for you to communicate with others because when you work in a hospital, you will have a lot of co-workers who are not Chinese or Taiwanese or Japanese, right? It can be some other Asian people or in another foreign countries.
yes,
So there. But I am happy to know that you can easily adjust, right? And I think it will not be hard for you whenever you go to another place. Maybe because you haven't tried going out or going any country without your family. So I think you're afraid because in case you will go to somewhere else, that will be your first time going outside of Taiwan without your family, right? Okay, I understand now. So do you have any questions, Spike?
yes.
Nothing. So, I appreciate if you will ask questions next time, but
No,
don't be shy. Okay, are you still shy? Oh, no, okay. You're just not talkative, right?
no.
Okay, that's fine, Spike. But of course, if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to ask me, okay? So for now, this will be our end of the book. So tomorrow, since I have sent you the new
Sure.
book, you can check that. You can read it prior having our class tomorrow, or you know, you can always jot down or write down any questions that you may have. But have you received the new book that I have sent you? Okay, I see you now. Okay, so tomorrow be
Okay.
prepared. We will have another interesting book which is Caught in the Rush. Okay? So, have a wonderful evening, Spike. Goodbye.
Okay.